Hi, Lisa. I heard you're getting your driver's license soon. How's it going?
Hey, John. Yes, I am. It's been a bit of a process, but I'm almost there.
That's exciting. What steps have you taken so far?
Well, first I had to apply for a learner's permit. I went to the DMV and took a written test.
Was the written test hard?
It wasn't too bad. I studied the driver's handbook thoroughly. It mostly covers road signs, traffic laws, and safe driving practices.
That makes sense. How did you prepare for the test?
I read the handbook and took several practice tests online. It really helped me feel confident.
After getting the learner's permit, what was next?
With the learner's permit, I had to practice driving with a licensed adult in the car. I logged a certain number of hours of driving practice.
How many hours did you need to log?
It varies by state, but in my state, I needed to log at least 50 hours of supervised driving, including 10 hours of night driving.
That sounds like a lot. How did you manage to find the time?
I spread it out over a few months, driving whenever I could with my parents or older siblings. They were really supportive.
Did you take any driving lessons with a professional instructor?
Yes, I took a few lessons at a driving school. The instructor gave me some great tips and helped me feel more confident on the road.
When did you feel ready to take the driving test?
After logging my hours and getting some professional lessons, I felt ready. I scheduled my driving test at the DMV.
How was the driving test?
It was nerve-wracking at first, but I stayed calm and focused. The examiner had me perform various maneuvers like parallel parking, three-point turns, and highway driving.
Did you pass on your first try?
Yes, I did. It was such a relief. Now I just have to wait for my official driver's license to arrive in the mail.
That's awesome, Lisa. Any advice for someone about to start this process?
Definitely. Study the handbook thoroughly, get plenty of practice, and stay calm during the test. And don't be afraid to ask for help or take extra lessons if you need them.
Thanks for the advice, Lisa. I think I'll start preparing for my own test soon.
Good luck, John. You've got this. Just take it one step at a time.
Thanks, Lisa. I'll keep your tips in mind. Enjoy your new freedom on the road.
Thanks. It feels great to be able to drive on my own. You'll love it too.
So, now that you have your license, do you have any plans for your first solo drive?
I do. I'm planning to drive to the beach this weekend. It'll be my first solo road trip.
That sounds amazing. Are you nervous about driving alone?
A little bit, but mostly excited. I've practiced a lot and I feel prepared. Plus, it's not a very long drive.
That's good. Are there any specific things you have to bring with you when you drive now?
Yes, I always make sure to have my driver's license, registration, and insurance card with me. It's important to have those in case you get pulled over.
Right, I remember that from the handbook. What about car maintenance? Have you learned how to handle that?
I've learned some basics, like checking the oil and tire pressure. My dad also showed me how to change a tire in case of an emergency.
That's really useful. I should probably learn those things too. Do you have any tips for staying safe on the road?
Definitely. Always wear your seatbelt, follow the speed limit, and avoid distractions like your phone. Defensive driving is also key. Always be aware of what other drivers are doing.
Good points. How do you handle driving in bad weather?
I try to avoid it if possible, but if I have to drive in rain or snow, I make sure to slow down and increase my following distance. Visibility and traction are usually worse in those conditions.
That's smart. Do you use any apps or tools to help with driving?
I use a navigation app for directions and traffic updates. It's really helpful for avoiding traffic jams and finding the best routes.
I'll definitely download one of those. What about gas? How often do you need to fill up?
It depends on how much I drive, but I try to fill up when my tank is about a quarter full. Running out of gas is not something I want to experience.
Makes sense. Are there any other tips you'd give to a new driver?
Just stay calm and patient. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when they're new, but the important thing is to learn from them and stay safe.
Thanks, Lisa. I feel a lot more prepared now. I think I'll start studying for the written test this week.
Good luck, John. If you need any more advice or want to practice driving, just let me know.
I appreciate it, Lisa. I might take you up on that offer. Thanks again.
Anytime. Drive safe and take care.
Will do. See you around.
See you, John. Enjoy the journey.
Hey Lisa, quick question. How did you handle parallel parking during the driving test? I've heard it can be tricky.
Oh, parallel parking was definitely a challenge at first. I practiced a lot in a quiet neighborhood with cones before I felt comfortable.
Any tips on how to get it right?
Sure. The key is to take it slow and use your mirrors. Start by aligning your car next to the one in front of the parking space, then back up slowly while turning the wheel. Once your car is at a 45-degree angle, straighten out and continue backing up until you're in the space.
I'll have to practice that. It sounds complicated.
It gets easier with practice. Just stay calm and don't rush. Also, don't be afraid to adjust if you don't get it perfect on the first try.
That's reassuring. What was the hardest part of the driving test for you?
For me, it was merging onto the highway. It can be intimidating, but as long as you signal early and match the speed of the traffic, it's manageable.
I guess that's something I'll need to practice more. How do you deal with road rage or aggressive drivers?
I try to stay calm and not engage. It's important to focus on your own driving and not let others affect you. If someone is driving aggressively, I just let them pass and keep my distance.
That's good advice. Have you had any close calls or scary moments on the road?
A few. Once, a car cut me off on the freeway. It was a wake-up call to always stay alert and keep a safe following distance.
That sounds scary. Glad you were able to handle it safely.
Thanks. It's all part of gaining experience. The more you drive, the more comfortable you'll get.
How do you stay updated with traffic laws and regulations?
I occasionally review the driver's handbook and stay informed through news updates. Sometimes the DMV will send updates on new laws or changes.
I should probably do that too. Are there any apps you recommend for new drivers?
I like using Waze for navigation. It provides real-time traffic updates and alerts you to hazards on the road. There are also apps like Drive Mode that help minimize distractions.
I'll check those out. Thanks for the recommendations.
No problem. Oh, and one more thing, always have an emergency kit in your car. It should include items like a first aid kit, jumper cables, a flashlight, and some basic tools.
That's a great idea. I'll make sure to get one. Anything else I should know?
Just remember to stay patient and give yourself plenty of time to get to your destination. Rushing leads to mistakes. And enjoy the experience, driving can be a lot of fun.
Thanks, Lisa. I feel a lot more confident now. I'll start practicing more and hopefully get my license soon.
You're welcome, John. Good luck with everything. If you ever need a practice buddy or more tips, just give me a shout.
I will. Thanks again, Lisa. See you soon.
See you, John. Take care and happy driving.
Hey Lisa, just wanted to update you. I passed my written test and got my learner's permit.
That's awesome, John. Congratulations. How did the test go?
It went well. I felt prepared thanks to all the studying and practice tests. Now I'm focusing on getting enough driving practice.
That's great to hear. Have you started practicing on the road yet?
Yeah, I've been driving with my dad. We've mostly been sticking to quiet residential areas so I can get comfortable with the basics.
That's a smart approach. How do you feel behind the wheel?
A bit nervous, but I'm getting the hang of it. It's a lot to remember at once.
It definitely is at first. Just keep practicing and take it one step at a time. Have you tried any more complex maneuvers, like parallel parking or three-point turns?
Not yet, but those are on my list. My dad wants me to get more comfortable with general driving before tackling those.
That makes sense. Once you're ready, start with parallel parking in an empty lot with cones. It's less pressure than doing it between real cars.
I'll do that. Any tips for staying calm while driving?
Deep breaths and staying focused on the road help a lot. Also, try to drive during times when traffic is lighter until you feel more confident.
Good advice. I've been trying to drive early in the morning or late in the evening for that reason.
Perfect. Also, make sure to practice in different conditions, like rain or at night, once you're more comfortable. It's important to experience those before your test.
I hadn't thought about that. I'll make sure to include that in my practice.
It's all about building confidence and experience. Don't rush it. How are you handling the highway?
Haven't tried it yet. The idea of merging onto the highway is pretty intimidating.
It is at first, but you'll get used to it. Start by practicing on a less busy highway. Make sure to match the speed of the traffic and use your signals well in advance.
I'll give it a shot. My dad says he'll take me out on the highway this weekend.
That's great. Remember to stay calm and focused. You'll do fine. How's your progress with the required driving hours?
I've logged about 20 hours so far. Still have a way to go, but I'm making steady progress.
That's good. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Make sure you're getting a mix of different driving scenarios in those hours.
I will. Thanks for all the tips, Lisa. They're really helping.
Anytime, John. I'm glad to help. You're doing great. Just keep at it, and you'll have your license in no time.
Thanks, Lisa. I'll keep you posted on my progress.
Please do. And remember, if you need any more practice or advice, I'm here.
I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, John. Keep up the great work.
Hey Lisa, just wanted to let you know that I went on the highway for the first time this weekend.
That's fantastic, John. How did it go?
It was nerve-wracking at first, but I got the hang of it. Merging was the scariest part, but my dad guided me through it.
That's great to hear. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become. Did you encounter any heavy traffic?
Not too much, thankfully. We picked a less busy time, so it was manageable.
Smart move. Gradually exposing yourself to different traffic conditions will really help build your confidence.
Yeah, I definitely feel more confident now. I'm also getting better at parallel parking. Practicing with cones really helped.
That's awesome. Parallel parking can be tricky, but practice makes perfect. How are you feeling about the driving test now?
I'm feeling more prepared. I still have some hours to log and a few more skills to practice, but I'm getting there.
Sounds like you're on the right track. Have you scheduled your driving test yet?
Not yet. I want to make sure I'm completely ready before I book it. Probably in a few weeks.
That's a good plan. No rush. Just keep practicing and getting comfortable with all aspects of driving.
Definitely. What should I expect on the driving test?
The examiner will want to see that you can handle a variety of driving situations. This includes residential streets, highways, and maneuvering in parking lots. They'll likely ask you to perform tasks like parallel parking, three-point turns, and emergency stops.
That makes sense. How long does the test usually take?
It varies, but typically around 20 to 30 minutes. Just remember to stay calm and focused. The examiner is there to make sure you're a safe driver, not to trick you.
Good to know. I'll try to keep that in mind. Any last-minute tips?
Just remember to check your mirrors frequently, use your turn signals, and be mindful of speed limits. Also, make sure your car is in good condition. Things like brake lights and turn signals should be working properly.
Got it. I'll do a thorough check before the test. Thanks, Lisa. You've been a huge help.
Anytime, John. You're doing great. Just keep practicing and stay confident. You'll do awesome on your test.
Thanks for the encouragement. I'll keep you updated.
Please do. I can't wait to hear about you passing your test. Good luck with your practice.
Thanks, Lisa. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, John. Keep up the good work.